Hello everyone. Well, I'm back, absolutely fed up with this lockdown, which is an absolute load of bollocks. I hope a lot of you are now realising this. If you could see my work when I go to work, and if you could see what happens at my job with the lack of social distancing, the lack of hygiene, none of us are catching anything, none of us are off sick. And then when the shop opens, then they're observing all this palaver. But before the shop opens, it's a free-for-all. In fact, it's worse on my department because there's so many more people than there used to be before this nonsense, because there's a lot more online shopping orders, obviously. They're just basically, if you could write your name, you were given a job at one stage. So, you know, the calibre of some of my colleagues isn't quite what it should be, if you know what I mean. In normal times, there'd be a bit more of a vetting process. But yeah, there are quite a few people with a few chromosomes missing, let's say. Hopefully none of them are watching. So I'm going to say it, pissed off. We can't go away. We're on holiday next week, Mark and myself, and obviously we can't go anywhere. We were going to go out in the caravan. We have got another place booked in July. Fingers crossed. We may be able to go on that one, but I'm not hopeful. September is our last caravan holiday booked this year. I'm hoping we'll at least be able to go on that one. Anyway, I've just had an Ocado delivery and there's some frozen food in it, so I better bring it into the kitchen and put it away. Well, here it is. Over £100 and there's hardly anything in there. I did get a few bits for Mark, he asked me to get. But deliveries are bizarre now. I quite like it. They just drop the things off and then run off as if you're going to give them the lurgy, you know. This one was quite rude, actually, I have to say. Normally when I've had an Ocado delivery, they've at least sort of been there and before, you know, and sort of handed you. I've had stuff handed to me. But this one, he dumped everything on the front step before ringing the bell, and then before I opened the door, he was almost in the van, not even asking me if I was happy with the substitutions, which I've got today, which I am. I've been substituted one organic cucumber for another organic cucumber, and a vegan lemon yogurt for a vegan strawberry yogurt. So I'm quite happy with that. So. Well, I always get toilet roll, even though I don't need it. You know, can you remember a few months ago or whatever? It was like gold dust. You've no trouble now, though. At least we've no trouble now getting toilet roll. Got kitchen towels as well. Right, where's me frozen? And we can't give back bags for recycling at the moment. So I've got, I don't know how many bags. I hope they're going to take them. All right, here's some frozen. I better take that in. Everywhere's an absolute tip, isn't it, Daisy? So I'm going to cover up the camera so you can't see the absolute mess. Oh, it's not too bad in here. Phew. I've just been shampooing carpets. Well, the rugs that go into the kitchen. Dishwasher's on. Let's just turn that off. Hang on. Eek! Put that over there. Stay. I'll just pause the dishwasher while I'm chatting. Right, let's have a look. I hope it all fits in. Right, some fruit pastel lollies for me. It's very lazy to buy jacket potatoes ready cooked, but you know, these are nice actually. Kale and quinoa burgers. They're okay with a salad as a midweek meal, some new potatoes and salad, but also okay for a Sunday roast meal. So I'd have a couple of those, you know, with all the Sunday vegetables and gravy, and they're nice for that as well. These are Mark's. Mark wanted some chips or French fries. As any American viewers, I'm just going to cover up the mess. Oh, it's not that bad. I've got stuff out for filming. You know, my lights, a vacuum I need to unbox, another vacuum that's been given to me. Right, hang on. fridge stuff. They're such wasteful. That's just got one loaf of bread in it, one bag, honestly. Oh, that's more. Oh, that's heavy. There's more frozen stuff in there. Let's. Right then. That's quite nice. An apple crumble, perfect for two. Perfect for two children or two anorexics or bulimic people, whatever you call them. It's not suitable for one normal adult. I always have one of those on its own. It's a nice, again, of course it's vegan, I don't have to say, but I have that with a vanilla dessert, so it's like custard. Oh heck, God, I don't know if all this frozen stuff's going to fit. These want to buy one get one cheaper. They're nice, Good Life nut burgers. Again, they can be had with salad or with your sundae. Some vegan coconut ice lollies. I ordered all this when we had a heat wave, but well, it's a bit overcast. I've got things drying on the line, vacuum cleaner hoses and my doormat. The lawn could do with a cut. This is good. Now I'd recommend ginger. I have got a couple of little bottles. You can buy them in little shots individually, but this is these one offer. You have to shake it. It's cheaper to buy it in a big one, and then you just add it to another juice. And it's ginger is very good to be taking at the times we're living in now, whatever times they are. That's nice. Barista oat. I did try it in coffee. It is supposed to go in coffee, but I prefer my coffee black now. But it is nice on cereal. And some juice. This is Waitrose. Very soon Ocado will stop selling Waitrose items and they're going to move on to Marks and Spencer stuff, which will be a nice change. Oh, here's the yogurt they substituted. Oh no, the raspberry one I think I ordered. Yeah, I ordered raspberry and lemon, but they didn't have the lemon. Right. Hang on, I'm just going to pause and get that frozen stuff in the freezer. Right, that's all shoved in there as best as I can. I keep saying to Mark I want to buy a little chest freezer for the garage, but he keeps saying no. I'll do what I like. Now, let's get all this stuff in. Oh yes, as I said, some of this isn't mine. I did ask Mark if he wanted a few bits. Mark does his shopping now. You may remember I boycotted the supermarket I work for, and that boycott would have continued to this day had I had this bizarre, ridiculous event not happened. So I am unfortunately back to shopping there. But I am doing an Ocado. Just turn that light off. I am doing Ocado from time to time. Right, well the kitchen towels, those will go upstairs, and the kitchen towels I'll get later. Oh, just ignore the mess, folks. Ignore Molly. Yoo-hoo. Oh. Right, oh heck. Right, let's look at the fridge stuff. Well, we've got some, not fridge stuff, some EcoZone fabric softener. Oh, you absolute a-hole. Pardon my French. What a nice vegan cake being squashed by, I might make a complaint. I know one thinks, one shouldn't complain in times like this. Oh, I suppose it'll still come out the other end the same, won't it? These are nice, but they're £4 for a little cake. Sort of cake you'd buy for £1.50 normally. But it's vegan, so, we'll fleece the vegans. Gosh, that's a small box. These are 7th generation dishwasher tablets. They were highly rated, so I thought I'd try them. I probably don't need them. Whoops. That's my recycling that needs to be sorted. Oh, that's just some No More Nails removable strips to stick something up. I shouldn't really buy Harpic, but it's quite good for removing the you know, the poo-poo that sticks onto the pan. I don't have a problem so much. It's normally Mark's toilet that, and there's no way I'm putting a brush on it. Right. Oh, I shouldn't be showing you some of these things. Ooh. Well, at least I bought the little individual packs, so I can limit myself. Oh, Mark wanted some baked beans. We like the Branston ones. I read somewhere about molasses being very good for some reason. I can't remember what, but I've bought 3 of them. So it's supposed to be, well, you can use it as a sweetener, but it's also got some vitamins and minerals and stuff. So perhaps molasses in porridge rather than, you know, anything else, maple syrup or whatever. What's this? Oh god, oh, that reminds me, what a palaver on Sunday. Now, I have still got quite a stash of dried goods from when I was when I did my Brexit shopping, and I did add to it bit by bit when this thing happened, and I built it up again. And I thought I had loads of gravy, and I spent quite a while on Sunday when Mark was making the Sunday meal. So we didn't have any gravy, so basically I've had to pay £2 for that, and the gravy I normally buy is about 60 pence. But anyway, it gets a good rating, and of course it's vegan. Oh, don't look at those. Oh, you can look at those, they're not too bad. Licorice. Oh, now that's for Mark. I'm not a tea drinker, so he wanted some Assam. I'm going to have to tot up what he owes me. Alright. Some bread. Some dishwasher salt. Ocado brand, it's all the same stuff, isn't it? 1 bleach. Oh, that's the substituted strawberry yoghurt. Oh, there we are. Got some Vitalite because it was on offer at £1. This is really nice. I mean, I was never a coleslaw fan anyway, but that is very nice. That tastes just like coleslaw. That's nice on a jacket potato with salad and something else. It's quite expensive. I think that's £2. Again, fleecing the vegans. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's Mark's. Some strawberries from Britain. Annabelle's deliciously British strawberries. They look quite nice, don't they? British strawberries are better, I think, than the foreign ones. If you can, when British strawberries are in season. He wanted 2 because he eats a lot, and they were on a 2 for offer. 2 for £6, I think. Thought I'd try a different hummus with my crudities. I've got a lentil hummus. Right. Oh, sorry. Oh, how unprofessional. Putting my finger in front of the lens. Well, that's my cucumber, as long as it's that's from Spain. Best before the 10th. What date are we on? Oh, what? I think we're on the 2nd of June. No, we're not. I think we're on the 9th. This is the 9th of June. Oh, I don't know why I bother. But again, you see, under normal circumstances, I would complain. But, you know, one feels we shouldn't complain. These are Mark's, because obviously they've got cow pus in them, so I won't be having any of that. They were 2 for offer too, so that's why. Oh, that's Mark's. Some perfectly ripe pears. Will probably go off before he eats them. That's mine. Some vegan corn ham slices. Oh, that's Mark's. Some apples. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's very hard doing things one-handedly, single-handedly. Yeah, shove those there. We're all friends here, aren't we, on my channel, so you won't mind a bit of amateur film work. We can't always use the tripod. Oh, that's odd. That's changed. They've changed the packaging. That's a Zinger golden turmeric shot, which is nice. But as I said, these ginger shots, it's cheaper to buy the bottle and mix it with other juices or whatever. Even better if you mix it with a juice you've made yourself rather than those pasteurized things. Right, is that all of it? Oh, nearly. What's in here? I think this is a washing line, folks. Exciting. If I can get it open. We've had about 3 of these since moving in. They all, well, what normally happens with these washing lines, either these bits break off at the bottom, these plastic bits, or they normally have plastic bits on the end that break. This is different because it doesn't have those plastic bits. It's like looped, look, and instead of being a self retractable, you wind it in manually, so that might last better, possibly. It was on offer as well, so that's why I got that. I think oh no, there's something else. Last thing, folks, then I'll have to pause again and just shove everything in the fridge, and then I'll have a bit more of a chat. What's... oh, this was an impulse purchase because it was on offer. Some Avalon Organics Nourishing Lavender Glycerin Hand Soap. On offer, but obviously ridiculously expensive compared to, you can get something like that for 50 pence, supermarket own. Although that sort of thing is a bit hard to get. Normal hand wash, as well as, of course, the hand sanitizer. Right, what's in here? Oh dear. It's wrapped up in some paper. Anyway, it's at least it's easier to get slots now if you do your online shopping, grocery shopping. People aren't panic buying. I've not seen evidence anymore of that. Unless they decide to inflict a second wave on us, which I think will come. They've already planned it now. Oh yes, castor oil. Now I've got some of that, which I plan to use internally with turpentine, and it's not the turpentine that you clean your brushes with. It's pine tree sap. Anyway, look it up. People have done it. You can add a few drops of the turpentine to a couple of tablespoons, whatever it is, of castor oil, and basically it goes through your system like a dose of salts, and out of your bot is supposed to come a lot of nasty things. Anyway, I haven't done that yet. I haven't plucked up the courage, but I have used it externally. You can use it on your skin and on your hair. I haven't got any hair. It's supposed to make your hair grow thicker, and ladies use it to make their eyebrows grow thicker. So anyway, what they say is, and I'm starting, I've still got a lot of stuff to use up, but I'm starting to try and use more natural things. So they say that if you can't put it inside your body, don't put it on the outside of your body. So basically, this can be consumed, in small doses. It's not going to do any harm. Unless you drink the whole bottle, then you'd probably leave all your internal organs in the toilet if you do that. So I wouldn't recommend it. But there's nothing to stop you. You can mix a little bit with some essential oil, some almond oil or something, and just use it as a moisturizer. It doesn't soak in. I've put some on at night, just sort of on my face, and mucked up my pillowcase. I think it'll wash off. But that's a natural thing. Instead of those expensive chemical-laden moisturizers and skin treatments, look for things more natural. I've also got, coming from Amazon, some of these amber glass bottles you can buy with little pump dispensers. You can get all different sizes, so you can make up your own products. You can also get them with sprays to make up your own cleaning products, and that's what I hope to do at some stage, is to start making my own cleaning products using a few natural ingredients. But I've still got tons and tons. He says that with Harpic. I must get away from Harpic and bleach. But bleach, I found bleach really is anything with bleach in. It has to, and this has bleach in it. Bleach really is, I only use it, well, I use it in the sink occasionally, and I use it down the toilet because I've found the only thing that gets off the poo-poo is bleach. Right, folks, on that nice note, I'm going to pop all this chilled stuff in the fridge and I'll sit down and have a quick chat. Cheers! Oh, it's got a bit of a kick. You can feel it burning your throat, which must be doing some good. Turmeric is very good as a natural anti-inflammatory. I've got a little issue with something. It's some sort of a cyst on my elbow that's very painful, and I've had it surgically removed. I was butchered basically, so I'm a little bit anti-NHS. Anyway, I was butchered in the hands of the NHS, and in the end I shouldn't have had it done. If I'd done my research into natural anti-inflammatory treatments such as turmeric, I could have controlled that, because the turmeric, I don't know what it is, this thing, I'm not going to show you it, but it changes size. It's not a cancerous thing. Sometimes it can be very big and purple, the size of a grape, and then other times it shrinks to the size of a pea, and sometimes it almost goes all together. But when I've found one thing that does help is turmeric, so I do take turmeric capsules, and I take, I've started having ginger. I read about ginger when this thing happened, and I don't know how tanned I look now, but I have been getting out in the sun. The weather's changed, unfortunately. We've had some lovely weather, and now it's gone all cloudy and cold. I wrapped myself in a fleece blanket a couple of days ago. It was that cold, and a few days before that I was outside with my top off. You can't predict the British weather. There's some banging in the background, a neighbour's having something done in the garden. Anyway, I hope you're coping. I go through phases of being quite happy. Well, happy to angry. To stop myself feeling angry, I've stopped watching mainstream media. And sometimes when I flick it on just for a look, I can't cope with it. I put Piers Morgan on this morning when I got up, and they weren't actually going on about COVID for once. They were talking about Black Lives Matter and all these riots, and Piers Morgan was being his usual self. I was going to say a swear, but and I just thought, I didn't mind Piers Morgan at first. I didn't agree with some of the things he said, but I quite liked him challenging some of the nonsense his guests were spouting. But now he's gone absolutely Fruit Loop. He's round the twist. Absolutely. And he's put weight on. I saw him on the I've put weight on. But Piers, I mean, blimey. So I can't watch him. And you'll know if you're in the UK, but Piers normally presents with Susanna Reid, who's from the BBC. And they used to be, whoops, I've dropped my remote. They used to be Piers used to be the bad cop and Susanna used to be the good cop, But now Susanna Reid is starting to agree and back up what Piers is saying. So I'm thinking, oh, what has happened to this world? What has happened? So that gets me angry. I get angry at things. I think fortunately this bloody clapping thing on a Thursday, I think that stopped. And I'm not embarrassed to say I didn't go out and clap once. Not once. I didn't go out banging my pots and pans. I didn't go out letting off air horns or fireworks. No. If that makes me a nasty person, well, apart from anything, normally at that time, 8 p.m, I'm either in the shower getting ready to go to bed, or I'm actually in bed, because I start work at 3 in the morning, which is a bit better than 2 in the morning that I have been starting. So now I do start work at 3 in the morning. So maybe you can forgive me for not going out clapping, but I wouldn't have clapped anyway, and nor has Mark. And he works for the NHS. So I think that's stopped. I think that's stopped finally. But I wish that person had stopped banging outside. People need to just get back to work. If they can go back to work, don't be afraid of going to work. Because as I said, if you could see my working environment, you'd think this social distancing palaver is a lot of nonsense. Absolutely. And apart from the fact we're not social distancing, we're touching things, we're sharing trolleys, you know, that we do the shopping for customers in. They're not like normal trolleys that you would use in a supermarket. They're these bigger things that hold, I think it's 6 or 8, I can't remember. I think it's 6, totes we call them, big plastic boxes. So obviously we go out, fill them up, and then take a new one. And of course there's no wiping down of any handles done between us, you know. It's just not, you know, I think the more you will be paranoid if you are on lockdown and you're watching mainstream media and believing everything. And I've seen these people on Facebook, even Facebook friends, moaning about people going out, and I'm thinking, go out, enjoy yourself. Because the more it goes on, the more I look at and read about and watch YouTube, the more I think it's an absolute load of beep nonsense. But you know, if you feel safe in your home and don't want to go out, and even when you're told to go out, you don't want to go out, that's up to you. But don't be scared. Don't be scared about living your life and going out, because the chances of you catching this and dying from it are tiny. Tiny. Got something in my eye. No, I'm not crying. So anyway, I've stopped it now. I don't even watch the daily briefing, and I've stopped even looking at the news, BBC News website. I mean, the only reason I'm looking at it is just to see what they're telling us now. Just to see what they're telling. Whether I believe it or not is another matter, but I just want to see what they're telling everyone. And I did go through a period of not watching any news for a couple of years, and things were going on in the world and I was completely oblivious to them, and I was a lot happier. The news isn't there to inform you and educate you, it's there to make you scared a lot of the time. I truly believe that, because if you stop watching it, you can become a lot calmer. But then of course a lot of things, you can see stuff on social media. I was thinking about that yesterday. Wouldn't it be nice if I could just try one day with no social media or no internet? I'd still watch the TV, but something I've chosen to watch either on Netflix or a DVD. Yes, I'm that old, I buy DVDs. In fact, where is it? I was going to show you something that I've been so loving watching this recently. It's so cheered me up. And yesterday at work I was having a bit of a moment, as one tends to. I just get these, why am I here, sort of, I can't stand it. And then I calmed myself down and thought, oh look, when you get home, and the simple things please simple minds, but I thought, oh look, when you get home you can go back to bed, because I had about 3 hours sleep, I think. So I couldn't get to sleep, which is unusual for me. On Sunday night, I was back at work Monday and I couldn't get to sleep. It was still quite light outside, you see. I've got blinds, but there's still light coming through. So I got about 3 hours sleep, so I wasn't in the best frame of mind. But I got through it, and I just had a word with myself. I said, look, when you get home, you can go back to bed and get up a bit later, have some breakfast, and watch an episode of... Oh, that's what fell on the floor. It wasn't my remote. Hang on. I'll just try and pick it up. Watch an episode of Shine on Harvey Moon. If you're outside the UK or you're not of a certain age, you won't know what this is about. But oh, I've been absolutely loving this. I started watching it on YouTube, and then I started buying the DVDs. Unfortunately, you can't buy all of them on DVD for some reason. You can buy the first box set, but it only includes a couple of episodes from Series 1, all the episodes from Series 2. And then I've recently bought Series 3 off eBay secondhand, and then Series 4. This is set in the 40s, just after the war, where Harvey Moon comes back from India, I think it was based at. He wasn't actually in fighting, he was in the stores or something. And he comes back to his flighty wife, Rita. They're a bit estranged anyway. And she's been living at large with the GIs, you know, getting the chocolate and the nylons, you know, the sort. A woman who will do anything for, you know, a new pair of stockings, that sort. And she's got a daughter played by Linda Robson, who is in Birds of a Feather, another programme I absolutely adore. And also in later series, Pauline Quirk is in there playing a character called Veronica. But when you see Linda and Pauline together in this series, you can see the chemistry, and you can see, oh, that's basically Birds of a Feather. And Birds of a Feather, certainly the earlier series of Birds of a Feather, were written by the two gentlemen who wrote Shine on Harvey Moon, Lawrence Marks and Maurice Gran. Anyway, I just absolutely, this is just my escape at the moment. I love anything from the 40s and 50s. Things, they probably weren't better, and I'm not old enough to know what the 40s and 50s were like. My mother would have known what the 50s were like, and my father would have known what the 40s were like, bless him. But it's funny, it's got drama in it, it's funny, but it's so nostalgic, and it harks back to a time where you thought, well, the world was better. They had hardships, they were still suffering from the after effects of the war, there was still rationing going on, they were still queuing for everything, and I'm thinking, crikey, is this what's happening to us? It's not as bad at the moment for us, but we are still having to queue for things that we wouldn't have had to queue for. But of course now we've got the internet and we can just do a few clicks and we can get stuff delivered. All right, stuff is taking a bit longer to arrive, and when it does arrive, you know, it's thrown on your doorstep and they're off. It's funny. Somebody, one delivery driver had a face mask on a couple of days ago, and I've got my own issues about face masks, but I'm not going to wear one. If my employer tells me next week we have to wear them, after the weeks and weeks we've not been wearing them, I will refuse. And if they sack me for that, so be it. I'm not going to wear one. I'm not going to wear one. The research against wearing them, to my mind, outweighs wearing them. I'm not going to wear. I mean, I do quite like the idea of keeping half my face covered up. I don't mind the idea of that. But if I have to go somewhere with a face mask, I just won't go there, to be honest. I just won't go there. And I'm prepared to leave my employer if they force me to. And then if I'll be able to sue them or take out some legal action against them later when it's all been proved to be rubbish, then I could do that. But they can't make us wear a face mask now after the weeks and weeks we've been working with no social distancing, very little extra hygiene, and now say we have to wear them, because that's absolute balderdash. But what I'm saying, of course, is my own views, and you may have different views about it, and that's up to you. But I just think it's absolutely bizarre what's going on. And what really offends, well, it doesn't offend me, but it's disheartening to see how many people are falling for it and are going along with it and going against their neighbours and people had to go at me for saying I don't want a vaccine. But it was commented, I can't remember who commented, but I think it might have been Deb. If I don't have a vaccine, if you're for the vaccine and you have the vaccine, what does it matter to you if I don't have it? And that's what Deb said. I think it was Deb. Because if you're quite convinced that the vaccine is going to make you completely immune and you'll be fine, what does it matter if I catch anything? Because you're okay, you've had the vaccine. So why should it matter to you? And I have been contemplating, you know, it's not going to happen, but it's something, it's sort of a dream. If things really start going, you see, there's still kids out. Go to school! That's another thing. Don't get me on that. If only we lived in Sweden. I forgot what I was going to say because kids are making a noise. I hate them interrupting me anyway when I'm videoing. Outside having fun, they should be inside cowering in the corners of their room with a face mask on. But no, they're outside playing in the street. Completely forgot now because I went off on a little rant, didn't I? We went to see my mum, I have to say, a couple of weeks ago. And we did stay, well, we didn't. My mum has a lot, you know, you'll see in my mum's house, if you've watched me for a while. She's got a very large kitchen, big door, double doors at the back. So we did sit outside a lot. We took the dogs for a walk. We observed the social distancing when we were out. Not for us, but for people. And to be, you know, I gave my mum a few little gifts. I mean, she was thrilled that I got her 2 bags of flour. What age are we living in when you bring your mother 2 bags of flour and it's like you've given her a diamond ring or something? I mean, she was thrilled with 2 bags of flour because she couldn't get them in her home shopping. So I said, oh, I can get some. And I got a couple of magazines, and Mark got some flowers. And we were keeping our distance, you know, and she wanted a hug. So we hugged and we cried. And then we hugged and cried when we left. And that's been a few weeks ago. My mum hasn't come down with the lurgy. And when I see her again, I'm going to see her next week. And we actually did go inside. I mean, we sat at the table and had a meal and everything. And then I had a few bits to do in the house, and Mark and my mum went to the local garden centre, which was open, and Mark got some plants for the garden. But don't you think it's awful? And people will be saying, oh, it's for your own good. It's for a government to tell you can't hug your loved ones. You can't hug your mother who's been, you know, on her own a lot of the time. She didn't have those dogs. I don't know what she'd do. I felt awkward about it, even though I think it's bollocks. I thought, oh, what if I do give her something? You know, the programming's that deep. But no, I haven't got any symptoms. She hasn't caught anything. I'm not going to have some arsehole in Parliament telling me I can't hug my own mother, right? When that happens, and it has happened, obviously. That is the worst thing. That those... Well, I've nearly said the word. That those have done to us has stopped us connecting with our loved ones, and they will never be forgiven by me. And it's not to help us, it is to control us. I've never been that wound up about things, and I'm never going to vote again, because whether you vote Conservative, Labour, Green, whoever, they're all bastards. Every one of them in government. Believe you me, I want to say the despicable word, but I can't. But they are. I've realised that now. No matter who they are, I'm not going to bother voting. I'm not going to vote. And to be honest, I applaud people that go and protest. I applaud the protests. I'm not talking about these Black Lives Matter people. That's another issue. The people that protested about lockdown, I applaud them. I wish I could be that brave. I applaud people for standing up for their basic human rights and saying enough is enough. This is going to affect our lives for many years, you'll see. Anyway, I didn't really want... I thought I'll do a video, be a bit more upbeat, a bit more cheerful. But I'll end it now. Just please take on board what I've said about getting out into nature, having a word with him upstairs, whoever him or her may be to you, and try to avoid getting wound up by all this that's going on. That black mirror in your living room. It's there to entertain, but it's also there, in my opinion, to scare the shit out of you, if you want it to. Use it wisely, and it can be your friend. But it can be your enemy as well. Right, well, that's it. No doubt I'll get loads of people disagreeing with me, but that's what free speech is about. You can agree, you disagree, I don't care. It's my truth. You have your own truth. Live your life the way you want to live your life, and I'll live my life the way I want to live my life. So, hopefully I'll be back soon. Bye for now, and take care. And don't let the buggers drag you down.